3 shows that blew your mind?
So I've tried to break it into like different reasons why, and also different periods of like where I've been in my own life at that point. So one that I talked to quite a few of my friends about is seeing Kraftwerk um, do their 3D show. Saw it at Latitude Festival. Um, and one of the reasons for that is like, A, it's Kraftwerk. It was cool. And it was 3D, which made it weirder. But secondly was kind of when it caught me. And it caught me very much in the middle of that hardcore punk power violence thing that I was going on. And I had these weird ideas about like authenticity in music and like it should be guitars and drums and it should be physical. And then I saw
Yeah.
Kraftwerk. It was just like, I was watching someone disprove me. I was
Yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
just felt like it, and it expanded what I listened to. It expanded what I thought you could do. It expanded, yeah, like it opened me up to listening to more experimental electronic music, and just pop as well, and like the kind of potency that pop can have. So that was it was just great to see Kraftwerk, like seeing the model and having like, or seeing Autobahn and like the 3D makes it look like you're actually driving down a road with signs going past you. Like
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
just cool. But also it I think it caught me at a really good time.
Yeah.
Because it just threw me through what I thought I knew completely out the window.
Mm.
Um, and then I guess so. Number two, I've put here. I seem to be going for like watching people do things that came out ages ago. So seeing Slint do Spiderland at Primavera, the kind of smaller Primavera in Portugal.
I'm really jealous, man. I've never got the chance to see Slint live. So you
It
bastard.
was one of those moments where you start watching it and you're like, I can't really believe this is happening. And they just played,
that album is just like it's a masterpiece in my opinion.
Mhm. and
Yeah.
they just played it front to back, like as you'd hear it.
Wow. Wow.
And I remember we kind of started the set about 3 rows back, and we were like, yeah, we're going to stand and watch this whole thing. And then we got about halfway through the first track, and we just went and actually sat on a hill, like, and watched it all unfold instead. And it just they just perfected it. They it was everything you'd want it to be. It was perfect. It was
I'm so jealous, man.
loud and terrifying when you wanted it to
Yeah.
be, heartbreaking when it should have been as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a special one. That was a really special one. And then I think third, I wanted to put a show from Manchester in there because, like,
Yeah.
yeah, it would feel wrong to not. So I think in terms of shows I've seen in Manchester, they're fairly recent, and it was Armand Hammer, which is like a hip hop duo from the States, consisting of like Billy Woods and Elucid. Saw them play Soup with my friend Marcus, Olgin and Cornelius, support him. Just they had this great projection playing the whole time of like old archival footage, and it was
Mm.
just kind of watertight verses, like punctuated, like brilliant lyricism, and them two have basically become my favorite rappers off the back of that show. I already liked them when I went to the show, but now it's like I need to listen to everything they've ever done. But
As you
then it
do.
was a toss up. It was a toss up between that and the More Mother show at the White Hotel, which weirdly Marcus supported again. So
Mm.
he's the common denominator here.
Mm.
So
Mm.
shouts out to him. And Ice Boy Violet supported that night as well. And yeah, that was just a great night of like, it was just great to see it's like industrial, like the industrial push of More Mother's music, but in a venue that totally matched that. Like
Mm.
in the White Hotel, it just had an energy to it. She was doing kind of big speeches in between her tracks, like at times detailing the history of Manchester and parts of the history of Manchester that I didn't know about, and she'd just come from Philly. So I was like, okay,
Mm.
this is this is wild. And yeah, those two have been the shows in Manchester. Oh, and Sun at Albert Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had to leave that because I got kind of too drunk before it, and then it was so intense. But that intensity was good. So yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's sometimes it can be different things that make you kind of remember a gig. It might be something really innocuous and like inane. It's like, oh, they just I don't know, there was this guy in the audience and he's just like, his energy, or something like you wouldn't think would like leave an impression on you, or like you say, like the visual stuff at Soup Kitchen and that, different things, and it can be how you feel at the time as well, like the mood you're in as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, like that Kraftwerk gig was kind of less about how seeing Kraftwerk was and more about how the stage at which it caught me. And sometimes it's like you can get taken away with, like you say, other people's reactions. Like, like I also remember like when I saw The Fall in Norwich and they were just terrible. I don't know, everyone has this story about The Fall, but like that sticks and like did blow my mind in that I worshipped that band at the time. And then
that's happened to me before. Like I think I one that came to mind was Dinosaur Jr. at ATP. Like I was like, everybody talks about them. I was like, to go and check them out. Then they were on quite early in the afternoon slot, and I was so disappointed. I was like, this is shit. I was like, what's all the fuss about with these guys? I don't know. That's just how it is.
I can weirdly imagine that with them. Like, I quite like them on record, but I can weirdly imagine the live show being
not being great. Yeah.
Lackluster. I do remember as well, like another example of it is when I saw Ty Segall at Primavera, and like I'm not a huge Ty Segall fan, but it was his birthday, so he just came out and did Black Sabbath covers, and that was it. And I was like, this is amazing.
Wow. Unexpected.
Yeah. So, there's so many different reasons why stuff sticks with you.
Yeah. I do feel like the ones that the shit ones you remember are always kind of, like you say, it's quite funny when you think about it. You're like,
I've always said to people as well, like, they're kind of as important sometimes.
Maybe I should start doing that. Maybe I should start doing 3 shows that were absolutely shit. Something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'll try and trial it.
3 shows you never want to relive. Yeah.
That's there you go. Got it. Sorted.